Hi, hello, welcome everybody to another PartyPlex 12 FPS. The current voice you're hearing belongs to Vegan Bear, and today I am a part of a FPS called Creepover. I will be playing our the shenanigans child Franky, and I'm here with some wonderful peeps. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm MJ, and I'll be playing Harlequinette.
Hi, I'm Doll, and I'm gonna be playing the host of this sleepover, Jackie.
And hi, I'm Zed, and I'm going to be playing Cici, and also Eggs, Florentine, and Handy, who are not part of the sleepover, but are part of the game.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, beautiful. So, we're gonna open up this scene, first of all, with Partyplex After Dark. All of the guests have been ushered out, and the halls of the Partyplex are left empty. Well, mostly empty, as one of the guests has managed to sneak back in and is running down the halls, once again scouring through the various supplies. This time she's not really stealing any of the animatronic parts. At least Frankie's not looking for those any longer. She's instead kind of trying to see whatever she can find. Maybe some food, maybe a drink, just generally something nice. When she remembers an offer made by Jackie, with the fact that she'll always be welcome over at the daycare, and the fact that well, she's tired of sleeping outside constantly. It'd be nice to have a blanket or something, or at least a roof over her head. And so she's going to start making her way towards the daycare as discreetly as she can. I will roll stealth for her to see if she can avoid any security guards or anybody else. Yeah, this is hers. Wait, shoot.
Uh-oh.
That was plus
Okay,
like
it
five.
still worked.
It's the way.
So that's a 7. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think she's had a lot of sleep. And she's feeling quite rather tired. So she's not being too careful when it comes to um going through the partyplex.
I guess now would be a perfect time for eggs to show up.
Yeah.
I guess I
Oh.
would be.
Yet another case of eggs finding a lost, troublesome child in the partyplex.
This is sassy
Yeah.
lost child.
Exactly what I was thinking of. Uh, yeah, I'm picturing Frankie, like, because she's sleepy, sort of like stumbling and being louder than she means to be as she makes her way towards the daycare. And
Mhm.
manages to make it past a couple of the daycare robots because not
Of course.
security robots because of course you just
Of
stay out of
course.
their flashlight, you're fine, they don't care how loud you are. um but I feel like as she's like making her way into the daycare reception area, uh she like feels a hand on her shoulder, and if she turns to look, there is a man in a security guard uniform and a fox mask who's like, "Kid, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be here at this hour."
I'm
Eggs
very
jump
sorry.
scare.
I'm very sorry, X, but I think the very first thing that happens as soon as you touch her is being shock and
Shocking
grasped.
grasped, of
At
course.
least it's not Jackie this time.
Hey, the
I
night's
will
still
find a
young.
way to shock and grasp her. This is this is my secret mission for today.
It's gonna be like Stardew Valley when you give someone you're friends with a gift that they hate. It's just gonna be constant decrease in friendship points every time you shock and grasp her.
Make a melee
Friend,
spell attack.
don't
Okay.
don't be rude to Jackie.
She's not trying to be rude to Jackie.
No, Ren was saying shocking grass to the bitch, and now I can't. Oh,
Okay, 13. Does that shock eggs?
It needs to be his armor class, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Oh no. So you touch her shoulder and she whips around, grabs his hand, and he feels a surge of electricity go through him.
Ooh.
Get your hands off me. Don't touch me.
I mean, don't break into the PartyPlex, and I won't have to. It's kind of my job to detain people that break in.
You didn't have to lay your hands on me. You could have just told me to leave. And she's going to continue walking towards the direction of the daycare.
Yeah, and if I tell you to leave, are you going to, or are you going to just ignore me and keep doing whatever you're doing? Because it looks like the latter.
Fair point. And she's going to keep walking.
It's just like a good time to have the clowns wander onto the scene, and these two are going to have to duck behind plants.
Sure.
It's like I think your first warning sign is like the sound of approaching jingling bells.
Yeah. I think.
And then
I'm sorry, Frankie. I'm sorry, Eggs, I mean. With the fact that Frankie's not listening to Eggs and is going to keep walking towards the daycare. But as soon as. Oh no. Okay, but as soon as she hears the jingling of the bells, she instantly perks up and is like, oh no. Oh, I'm now actually in trouble. Oh no.
well, to be fair, Harlequinette is okay with Frankie. Remember Frankie and them had a little Mission Impossible thing together, and
Oh, that is
there's now
true.
a
That is
fridge
true.
for Frankie.
I forgot about
Harlequinette
that.
is okay with this child living in the walls. However, as Harlequinette approaches, maybe we could say that there's a certain other clown with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know if she knows. Well, maybe
Okay.
there's a different clown that has jingly little bells. Harlequinette can't be the only one.
There's only 3 clowns.
I mean, Jackie has a jingly bell.
What? But isn't
Remember
Jackie
how
also
you know?
okay with
Yeah,
Frankie?
Frankie loves
Yeah.
her because
How about we say, along with the jingling bells, you start to hear like roller sounds, like
yeah,
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
and other footsteps, so it's clear that it's like a few people coming.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, with that, she's
So,
going to perk up like, oh no, actual danger.
Oh
yeah.
no.
There's only 2 people in this place who wear roller skates. One of them is pretty cool. The other super dangerous. You shouldn't risk it.
I don't think she's met Cici yet, but
Probably
Not
heard
if
of
she knows
Cici.
what's good for her.
yeah, but I think for now, hearing them, she's going to try and find, like, oh, there's Harlequinette. Wait, who are the other two? Oh no, I might actually be in trouble if the other two find me. She's going to kind of quickly look around and try and find a place to hide. She's not worried about Eggs seeing her. She assumes that Eggs will follow her.
Eggs has already seen her. Like,
So, Eggs has already seen her. Unless he follows her, she doubts he'll be able to really point out exactly where she's hiding. 15. Would I roll that with disadvantage or?
I
I
don't think
don't see
so.
why you would.
Alright. So then 15 to hide.
Should the clowns roll perception? I'm taking it as a given that Eggs is getting seen because he rolled a 3.
yeah, like I don't know if we should roll perception or just use passive perception. Of course, passive perception, Harlequinette will be aware of both of them. They have a 19 in that.
My god.
Maybe for
that
the sake of
seems
the FPS, we
fitting
could
then.
say Nova sees this as like, it'd be funny, and then helps hide them.
Wait, that's
Well,
three?
you see, Harlequinette, I don't know about the other accounts, but Harlequinette would fully like be walk past like a security guard and a hiding child and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a situation. I'm just gonna let that deal with it.
Well,
This is
the
my night
child's
off.
covered by the security guards, so
Mhm.
nothing to really help out with there.
Yeah, it's like this is an already ongoing situation that doesn't need my involvement, since technically I'm rooting for the child.
I'm on
Yeah.
break. This isn't my problem.
Jackie isn't gonna roll because Jackie's in the daycare getting ready.
Mhm. And Cece's passive perception is 13, so she does not see uh she does not see Franky. She does see Eggs, who I feel like panicked and stepped behind a potted plant, but the potted plant is like a fern and he's a good 2 feet taller than it.
Oh no. Poor
So
eggs.
he's
He, he failed to do the frisk hide behind the lamp thing.
Mhm.
It was not a conveniently shaped plant.
Are there any lamps in the Partyplex?
Maybe in people's rooms.
Well, the thing is, he's not even like a toon though. He has toon-like reflexes, but
Mhm.
One just
Yeah.
appears just for a tune.
Mm, I think he's just going to try to play it off as he wasn't trying to hide and he's just standing here normally. Everything is normal.
I just imagine Harlequinette like making direct eye contact with him. Just like miming, covering a laugh.
Oh, he very quickly looks away and is like pointedly looking at Handy instead to pretend he's busy. And Cici is not going to date him with attention. Like, she's got better things to do tonight.
I think if none of the oh,
You
I
can
think if
go.
none of the clown yeah. I was gonna say if all the clowns are passing by and not really paying much attention to Frankie, um, once they've all gone past her and kind of have their back towards her, she's going to kind of huff, get her duffel bag, which feels a lot lighter now, and just kind of follow behind them, hoping that they're not going towards the daycare.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's like they walk right up to the daycare door and knock on it.
Ah, shit.
Also, I want to say that Harlequinette has like a little nightcap on and like a little overnight duffel bag.
Aww.
Cute.
Hmm.
On over their regular hat or in place of their regular?
On over it. It's like a third prong in a way.
If you looked at them via silhouette, you'd think they have a 3-pronged hat. No, they have a 2-pronged hat. They just have a nightcap on.
Aw.
I just like the bit of a character who wears a cat wearing a hat over the hat.
Mhm.
That's very good.
uh, wait, was the idea already suggested of a nightcap on both prongs of the hat?
I was thinking like a center nightcap.
That too.
Maybe we could just say for the joke that it looks like kind of like moons.
Aw.
Oh, beloved.
That's amazing.
Mhm. Meanwhile, Cici has done absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. She's just here.
Yeah, Harlequinette knocks on the door to the daycare.
Yeah, you hear a faint "come in."
Oh no.
They push open the daycare doors and enter.
Yeah. As you go in, daycare looks completely different, kinda. First of all, the lights are out, which isn't common with Jackie's style of hanging around the daycare after hours. Uh, there's like little fairy lights hung around the play structures, and she's like set up all sorts of pillow and blanket nests. and got snacks already, and there's a bunch of games set out and other such things. She's even somehow gotten like a pile of movies that they could watch in the theater if they like set up a projector in there.
Mm.
She's gone all out, and also she is in PJs.
Oh.
Aw.
And like as a bot that can actually change her clothes, seeing as how she wears normal clothes, she is the most looking like she's ready for a sleepover than the others.
Aw.
This is Harley's. Is the nightcap not enough?
No, she's got the full PJ set. And she's even got a little sleeping mask like on her forehead, ready to be pulled down whenever.
Is it like one of the ones with like the little eye shapes on him, like the closed eyes?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
He had little closed eyes.
I'm picturing her PJs are like black with white stars on them like a night sky.
Absolutely. Galaxy pattern PJs.
Yes. Does anyone want to roll insight on Cici?
Yes. First, I have to say
Sure.
that Harlequinette like waves to Jackie and like stretches out their arms for a hug.
Aw.
Ah!
Yeah, you will get hugged. Absolutely. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
10?
19.
Yeah, with a 10, Harlequinette, Cici seems kind of quiet. With a 19, Jackie, once she walked into the daycare and saw like how much setting up you did, she feels like she should have done more. She feels a little bit
Oh.
awkward and out of place. Like she did not do sleepover prep like you guys did.
Maybe we could find her like a bathrobe or something, you know, like a little like.
Yeah, after Jackie's done hugging Harlequinette, she's gonna go over, hug Cici, and like help her into the daycare over the padded flooring. It's like, okay, I've got a couple different PJ tops that might fit on you. Do you want to join us in the PJ party?
Um, I guess if it's not a lot of trouble.
Oh, not at all. And she like sets you down in one of the blanket nests and then quickly uses her wire to go back into her room to go grab some of the PJ stuff.
God.
Aw.
They're friends, Your Honor.
They are friends. This is wonderful, amazing. If only I wasn't playing a bastard child to ruin their creepover. Their sleepover.
Mm.
It's a lovely night, and you are a horrible child.
Is Franky
Yes,
like
exactly.
watching this through the crack in the door, or have they like changed course and taken a different approach, or tried to go somewhere else?
It's still there. Franky's still there. She's kind of watching through the crack, and she was like hoping, like, okay, please go away, please go away, please go away. And then she sees the daycare attendant come out, greet them, and give them hugs, and she's like, shit, they're not going away. No, they're being invited inside. No, no!
Mm.
Ah! Everything's going to shit tonight.
It's it strikes me as funny how Franky's like, man, I want to sleep in the daycare, but there's already a slumber party going on in the daycare, so now I can't sleep there. Like,
I can't sleep there. There's already people there.
there's already people who are going to be sleeping there.
It's
The
at
best she
maximum
can do at this
capacity.
point. The best she can do at this point is break into Jackie's room and just sleep in there.
At this point, she might be considering that. But she doesn't know how well it will go when if she doesn't escape in the morning before Jackie finds her. So for now, she's just like staring, upset. I think she
Hey.
might turn around to leave and then sees eggs and is like,
Mhm.
you know what, maybe I will go with daycare.
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if while Frankie is dejectedly watching this, hand on her shoulder again, but this time with shocking grasp, because Eggs
Oh,
also has that.
you gonna shock and grasp her back?
Mhm. Get shocking
Shock
grasp,
her
idiot.
back.
Does 15 hit?
Does 15 hit? Well, come on.
Revenge. Revenge for all the times I've been shocking grass.
You dare shock and grasp me? Okay, yeah, no, that hits.
Oh, I'm guessing we're not rolling damage because it's an FPS and we're not trying to kill each other, but
No, that's fair. She feels a surge of electricity go through her, and she's like, "What the hell?"
I just want
I'm
to
just-
imagine since Harlequinette was already aware of that situation going on, it's like they're the only clown that like slightly turns their head towards the door, listens to just hears a muffled shout.
I'm just- I was gonna imagine the whole tune like electric gag thing, but then I realized they're both real kind. They can't do that.
alas.
Her hair becomes spikier. That's all
A
that
little bit
happens.
toasty.
She looks like a little hedgehog.
No.
And X is like, hey, you did it first. Turnabout is fair play.
Yeah. What? Ah! And she's going to try and kick him in the shins. She doesn't have a comeback.
If they fight, they'll never get to creep on the creepover.
No, they gotta make it to
She
the
will-
second floor.
She will find a way to do it. It's just for the fact that, like, you dare shock a child? A kid? What kind of security guard are you?
That Miette meme, but it's these two in shocking grass.
You dare shock and grasp me? A kid? Shame on you! Shame on you for 1,000 years!
Jail for eggs. Jail for eggs for 1,000 years.
13 to kick him in the shins.
hey, hey, you're not supposed to be in here, kid.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing
You
you can
could
do
use-
about it.
He could use the I have permission to be in the daycare card.
Oh, I could have. I will. It's just for the. Okay, scratch what I said. It's for the fact that she kind of looks back at Eggs and is like, actually, I have permission from the daycare attendant herself that I have permission to be in the daycare, and I'm going to go in that daycare.
Whether or not you have permission to be in the daycare, you don't have permission to be in the PartyPlex overnight. And if you haven't noticed, you're not in the daycare yet, so that's still.
I'm gonna be there
security
soon.
guard.
Go ahead.
I think that's still within the security guard's domain. Come on. Let's go call your parents. At which point she could kick him in the shins and run away.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. As soon, okay, you're right. Around this
He
point
can like run
where
up the
Eggs is like,
stairs.
yeah, at this point, once Eggs is like, okay, let's go call your parents. She's like, she just shakes her head, kicks him in the shins with the 13, and then just ducks and starts running towards the stairs to get on top of the partyplex. On top of the partyplex to get on top of the daycare.
Yeah. Perfect way to set up them getting it into a vantage point.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if like they were still gonna be fighting when they get up there, and then they see the clowns and get like the squint, raise eyebrows emoji face, and start watching.
What's the
This
weirdest
is
thing the
so-
clowns could do at first to distract them from their fight?
Well, let's get them upstairs first.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, Franky's running upstairs. After a moment, Eggs is running after it. Uh, just like very ineffectually. Hey, hey, kid, you're not allowed up there.
She doesn't care. She's still running. So I think I don't really have much else to add from Frankie as she runs up to the upstairs, and she's going to kind of try and see if she can find a very discreet way to get into the daycare without being spotted by the clowns. And I think
Not
she's
from
kind of
up
looking through the
here.
windows, looking down. And I think from there we can shift back to the clown's point of view as Frankie is kind of looking down.
Yeah. Frankie and Eggs get up there, and then
Yep.
when they look in the glass, they look down and see, like, I don't know. Perhaps Jackie has pulled out either a Ouija board or is doing stunts with Quinn.
Jules at a sleepover summoning demons.
I mean, to be fair, decent chance they get an answer on a Ouija board at this fucking PartyPlex.
Which do you think would be funnier, Ouija board or Quentin and Jackie just randomly doing acrobatic tricks together?
Actually, can we say that like they're doing a fashion show of Cici because of the clothing?
Yeah, perfect.
I'm imagining Cici on one of those those rich widow ghost answer the door about her missing husband,
Yes!
long nightgown overcoat things, whatchamacallits.
Robes, the like,
Robes, yes.
Yeah, like Cece's in that, and meanwhile the other clowns are in like sunglasses and boas and stuff to pretend to be like fashion judges, and they've got the little circle signs that say 10.
It's like somehow they've set up an entire little runway.
Yeah.
Like from above, they can hear a distance like.
Cici
Clown
skating
ritual
back
of
and forth.
fashion show.
What?
The clown ritual of fashion show.
Cici skating back and forth along the runway to show off the robe.
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Franky looking down on this, and Eggs runs up behind it and is like, "You can't. Oh. Well, you don't see that every day, huh?"
What are they doing?
I have never seen this before.
Neither have I.
What are they doing?
Trying on clothes, it looks like? Is that a normal for animatronics?
Okay, I'm sorry. What if the players set a meme of Spider-Man looking over the edge with Applejack? And it's just, do you see this shit, Applejack? That's both of that's both Frankie and Eggs just looking down at the clown fashion show. One of the audience members shoot. But Frankie's a little dazed and confused and maybe a little bit mesmerized by the colors and the fashion and stuff. And I'm gonna do a wisdom check for her. See if she could actually tear herself away from what she's looking at. 21. She's able to kind of tear herself away from the confusion and the weird bright colors in the music and all of the weird fashion that's going on right now with the animatronics. And she's going to go back to trying to find a discreet way into the daycare. Though she isn't sure on how well that will go with Well, they
Really?
seem pretty distracted, so.
Mhm.
Really, there's only 3 ways into the daycare. The normal doors, which are big, and they would notice you coming in the normal doors, probably. The slide,
would.
which, while fun, goes into a very noisy ball pit. And Jackie's room, which has a very tall drop if you do not have the ability to call the wire.
That is true. But I mean, she wouldn't have to. Well, Jackie's room has a secret passageway that she could take to get up there without the need of the wire. And if she's going to be sleeping in Jackie's room, she would need to drop down. But also, I don't think she's anywhere near the secret door towards Jackie's room, since I recall that was
you
in the.
have to like go to the theater, which is
Mhm.
probably back to the
Oh, I
Back,
thought it was
back on the
in the
but not
daycare.
like
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, so she wouldn't have any way into Jackie's room from the second floor, regardless. I think there is a slide on the second floor, which
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, would lead her into the
that's what
very
I
noisy
said.
ball pit.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think she's going to look at that, at the slide, look back to Eggs, who's distracted, and kind of slowly inch her way towards the slide. And
She's
I'm gonna say
prepared
this.
to risk the clown.
Eggs, as soon as you're able to tear yourself away from the site to see where Franky is, you just catch a glimpse of her going right down the slide.
Oh my god.
She's catching the sleepover.
And I
Someone
think
stop her.
you can probably catch her just before she goes down if you're quick enough. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she's going to be doing that thing that a lot of people Okay, here's the funny thing. I think she managed to get her shoes and socks off, and she's going to try and kind of like uh cause enough
Climb
friction
down
to
it.
kind of stop herself just before she hits the ball pit.
slow.
Oh god. Should I roll
Slowly ooze
something to
down.
try to grab Franky before she descends the
It's just like
slide?
athletics, like
I was gonna say Dex, a Dex check.
one of the two.
It's all a +0, so
Hey,
3.
can Nova help somehow? Because if Frankie gets in there, then this creepover is going sideways.
Like, for a split second, like the balls right around where the slide dumps people out become soft pillows.
Or, like, once Franky gets into the slide, there's a sign that just says closed for repairs, blocking the slide off.
Yeah? Yeah,
As soon as,
exactly.
as soon as she gets into the slide, she just hits a barrier, and it
Mhm.
just says, "Sorry, closed for repairs." And she's like, "Crap."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back at the
You
top
can't
of
crash
the
the
slide.
creepover just yet.
Mhm. Back at the top of the slide, Eggs is kneeling in front of the slide, looking into it.
She
Like-
looks back up at Eggs, and I think he sees her crackling with a little bit of energy before she dissipates and disappears.
What's
Yeah,
I
she
feel-
still knows teleportation.
Mhm. I feel like Candy's just like, well, fuck.
Here's the best
If
part.
you if you try and teleport into the daycare, you will instead teleport back to the top of the second floor.
No, here's the thing. She can't teleport anywhere where she likes. Her shoes are enchanted in order to allow her to teleport back any 15 feet that she has already walked. And so she teleports back to where she was standing when she was looking down at the clowns.
I see.
And she's very
like,
hurriedly
"Oh, she's behind you."
and so she's very hurriedly trying to put her socks and shoes back on.
Wait, if the enchantment is in her shoes and she wasn't wearing her shoes, would she still be able to teleport?
I mean, she was still holding them.
Okay, fair enough.
She didn't like ditch them.
Mhm. Makes sense. Eggs pulls back from the tube expecting to have to go hunt through the cameras to find Franky, only to see Franky like 10 feet away pulling her socks on. and just like stares at her for a second.
Give me a moment. Give me a second. She's holding a finger up as she's like putting on her socks and then her shoes. Stands up.
And
Okay, I'm good to go. And then she runs.
Wait, I feel like this would be a good time for them to be distracted by the clown scene. What should the clowns be doing now?
Okay, what are the clowns doing now?
Hmm.
We did a fashion show. Like, would they be doing makeovers? I'm trying to
Yeah,
think about like the
absolutely.
non sequitur it would be.
Absolutely. Jackie has gotten out the makeup and nail polish. And she, like, I can imagine those two were like calming down after the fashion show. They turn around, Jackie with the most mischievous expression pulling out the makeup.
I'm picturing like
It's
a
like,
cloud of pink powder as Jackie like uses one of those like powder puffs to apply blush or whatever.
to herself, I'm pretty sure the other two already have built-in blush.
Mhm.
Well, we could do like how Roxy does in Game, where it's like you can put blush over the other pre-existing stuff. Like,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you could put a different color of blush.
Yes. You two are forcibly getting makeovers by Jackie.
I'm
What a
always just
wonderful.
imagining from above it would just be like a big pink cloud of like blush smoke and like also like random like sawing and hammering noise.
Maybe a few times the other clowns try to escape, so it's like the dust cloud fight, but it's makeup.
But each time they pop out of the cloud, they have a slightly different appearance.
And they keep getting pulled back in by Jackie.
Oh, beloveds. Just briefly glimpsing down, seeing puff of smoke. And then a slightly different clown. And then be dragged back into the thing, and Franky's just like, you know what? I'm actually glad I did go down that slide. I didn't want to get caught in that.
It's like,
And when Franky
Frank-
doesn't actually run, Egg sort of like peeks through the window as well and is like just sort of staring.
like I want you to say that like briefly, like Harlequinette pops out of the class. It's just like they've got like electric blue face paint on, and like they claw at the floor, and like Jackie's hand comes out and drags them back in. Claw marks.
Yeah, maybe I should stop shock and grasping Jackie.
The worst thing she could do to you is give you a makeover.
Oh no. That could be me. Sure glad it's not.
Franky watching with a growing sense of horror, just like, my god, that could be me down there. My god, Jackie could have done that to me this whole time.
This is what gets her to be afraid of Jackie.
She wouldn't do it to a child without permission. These two just do not have the luxury of it because they're her best friends, and thus she's allowed to annoy them a little bit.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
I think the dust cloud settles down, and you see, like, they look really good. She did a great job, but they're very frazzled.
I want to say Harley Quinn actually enjoys it, but wants to like do it for a little bit, the escape, you know.
Yeah.
So they look frazzled, but they're also pleased with it.
Yeah, she, like, hands you both a mirror. You two look fabulous.
I'm picturing Cici with the like dazed spiral eyes for a moment, like, still out of it from all the chaos of that.
Beautiful, gorgeous.
Yeah, down with the clowns. I feel like, you know, like Harley Quinn shakes out other days and was like, "Well, that was fun. With makeovers out of the way, maybe we could do something else." I brought a few activities, and like they reach into their overnight bag and pull some stuff out, including they pull out a little yellow bunny rabbit plush that looks a little old and worn, but Harlequinette collects old plushies, so that's totally normal. And they just put it kind of over by some other plushies on the floor.
I think Jackie mentally takes a screenshot of that just so that they don't forget where it is for after when everyone's ready to leave.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, and then Harlequinette is like, well, I have some board games. I have this interesting thing I found. And they pull out like a Ouija board.
Jackie leans and ooh, this is a staple in human sleepovers. Perfect.
Cece's like, oh come on, those things are all fake.
Harlequinette who met Ezra the ghost the other day. I feel like it might work. The clowns are about to summon a demon, bro.
I can't believe it.
I can't tell who would be funniest to answer the Ouija boards. One of the ghosts or Nova?
Oh man, that's an intriguing possibility. I feel like we should roll something. Like, where the options are the two ghosts, Nova, nothing happened, like, no one.
The night terrors.
The night terrors wouldn't answer this.
What? Okay. Well, I was thinking specifically Hairwire, because that one likes to torment Quinn.
Can't believe it.
He's been yelled at by Quinn too often recently.
Yeah. Okay, so possibilities. I will write them down and then we can roll. So Ezra. It's Amelia for the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Could you also do like 5 options? Ezra, Amelia, Nova, nothing, actual demon.
Clowns could body a demon.
The clowns could body
Okay, someone get a d6.
Well, we could just roll a d5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
d5. I messed up my counting.
2.
Oh no.
I forgot 4.
That's Amelia. I'm
Yay,
just gonna.
Amelia.
I'm playing so many characters here. It's fine. I signed up for that.
It's okay. For the
So-
Ouija board. The Ouija board.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Your nickname of
Yeah.
the wearer of many hats is fitting here.
So what question
Yeah,
are you
so that's-
asking the Ouija board?
Yeah, like they set up the board and they get out the planchette and I guess they all put their hands on it and it slowly starts.
Well, you
Yeah,
have
what
to
question
ask
would
a
they answer?
yeah, you have to ask a question first and it answers.
Oh spirits. You here?
It moves to yes.
I think Jackie gets really giggly because she's unsure if this is real or if Quinn is doing a bit, because Quinn's the most haunted one here.
The real thing they are contacting with the board is Quinn.
The reason it works is because Quinn's here.
So yeah, the planchette moves to yes.
Well, that answers that question.
Spirit, what's your name?
The planchette starts moving to spell out Amelia, and like Cece's like, I don't know that it answers anything. I mean, wasn't that just you moving it, Quinn?
No, I just have my hand on it like the rest of you.
And the planchette spells out the name Amelia.
Should we do
Yeah.
a history check to see if any of them know Amelia as like
Yeah,
the
I think
missing
that
kid?
was.
You can try, yeah.
The only person here who knows who Amelia is up in the rafter being chased by eggs.
To be fair, Eggs isn't like
Not
actively chasing her at the moment, but I doubt she
Well-
can see from this distance exactly
She
what the
can.
planchette is
18.
spelling out.
I got a 7.
Can you just put it in the chat when you roll?
Yeah.
Alright, I can roll for Cici.
I think it would be funny if like those two have like pulled out binoculars or something.
It's so tragic. Neither of them have a hammer space, do they?
No. Handy might have one, but I don't think it would have anything in there because it. With what hands is it putting things in there?
Maybe Eggs uses it as a pocket.
Oh no.
I mean, Franky has stuff in her duffel bag. It's Vivi's choice if she has binoculars or not.
She has night vision goggles, so it's not out of the question.
She does have night vision goggles, but that doesn't like enhance the little things, and I don't know if she's interested enough on knowing what the Ouija board spells.
Without knowing who it's connected to,
Mm.
that's fair. So yeah,
See,
I feel like.
they're more just focused on the clown reactions.
Yeah, I feel like Cici with a 2 doesn't give a shit. Jackie with a 7. There have been like 50. You can find guest profiles for like 50 Amelias, like immediately. Amelia's too common a name for you to make any connections. And yeah, with an 18, Harlequinette, I mean, also gets some guest profiles, but probably also remembers a missing child poster that was up around the PartyPlex a few months ago, and I mean, you would hope it's not the same Amelia, but that sure was a kid named Amelia that was missing, and you don't remember ever hearing about her being found.
I just like imagine like Quinette's face, you know, at first was like a happy, you know, oh, this is a fun activity smile, and then it's kind of like flattened out slightly. Like it's still a smile, but it's like a blank smile
Oh no.
of internal
Chronic
pain.
Jackie turns to Cici and is like, okay, your turn, ask a question.
Why my turn? Like,
Both
what's
of
anyone
us
gonna
ask
say?
questions.
Okay. What do I ask it?
Maybe ask it if it's a kid.
Why would it be a kid?
Like when it's just like a brain just imagining the missing poster they had seen at one point. You know, we're in the daycare.
Are you implying kids have died in my daycare?
No, I'm not. Hopefully not.
They're implying that if there are ghost kids around here, this would be a place they want to be.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds much nicer.
Fine. How old are you? And the planchette moves to 1, and then 2.
Yikes.
I thought you just would move to 1 and stay there.
Literate baby.
Surprisingly literate baby.
Well, they would have had time to learn how to read in the afterlife, so I guess.
Should
Yeah,
we just say as like a joke? It like stays on one for like just like a second long enough to be uncomfortable, and then it like quickly moves to two.
Mm.
Jackie like isn't sure if she should let out a sigh of relief that it's not a baby or should be upset that it's a 12-year-old.
You could be both.
Taking turns to impulse to Harlequinette, and they're like, "Did you die within the last few months?"
uh, hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like the planchette moves to spell out maybe.
Maybe.
Me.
She doesn't know.
Oh
I,
dear.
I think Jackie desperately trying to not have a kid have to deal with sad emotions in the daycare, just like claps her hands together. It's like, okay, less sad question. Do you like the daycare setup? I set it up for the sleepover. We have snacks and plushies if you like can do anything with that, like if you want a snack.
Like you say, less sad questions, but I feel like the answer you're going to get there is I can't see it.
Oh, Jackie just sweating.
Amelia is still stuck in her arcade
Yeah, we're
machine.
just like
I don't
dialing
know
her
how
in.
she's doing this.
I like to imagine from her point of view, it's like a little Ouija board like prompt screen came up, like.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new development. I didn't know that the arcade got an update that asks me questions.
Might as well, not like I got anything better to do.
Yeah, Jackie looks a bit disheartened.
I think Harlequinette turns
Oh.
to Cici and is like, quickly ask something that would be actually fun.
Uh, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Uh, and it spells out strawberry.
Oh, good choice.
Good choice, good choice.
Like the clowns nod approvingly at each other.
Yeah. I can only imagine how it looks to Eggs and Frankie, like the clown's looking increasingly upset and then like nodding sagely.
I mean, if Frankie's looking down at them, having a holding up in a Ouija board, and the fact that Frankie's semi-aware of the child disappearances and stuff, she's just like, yeah, I don't know what they expected calling upon the spirits here. Though I don't know if she even gets the concept of what an Ouija board is, so.
Maybe she thinks they're just playing like a really weird game of checkers.
I can't tell who's winning or losing.
Let Eggs think of the weird clown reaction.
Wait, eggs. Stop. What are they doing now? What kind of
I'm
what
not
what rules
really
of checkers
sure.
are they playing?
It doesn't look like checkers. Handy, is there
Well,
a good camera angle for this? And is gonna try looking through the cameras to see if there's one with a clearer view of the Ouija board and what the clowns are doing.
Yeah. There probably is. There's a couple cameras in the daycare.
Mhm.
You gotta have a couple different angles for a place where kids can get into many nooks and crannies to hide.
Yeah, so X pulls up a camera feed where maybe even the board is a little bit visible. And I'm picturing Frankie just like leaning in to also watch on this tiny little Razwatch screen.
yeah,
They
she is.
they just see it spell out strawberry and then the clowns start nodding to each other.
I think that one's winning, and she points to Cici. She's nodding the most. I think she's winning.
She is not nodding at all.
Another two.
Like,
Okay.
Cici, despite having asked the question, does not give a shit about anyone's favorite ice cream flavor. It's just like what she's programmed to go back to is ice cream. She doesn't know what the
Okay.
fuck to ask. Ice cream.
Okay, then she's pointing to whichever clown is nodding the most and is like, okay, I think they're winning.
Jackie, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jackie's winning.
Jackie's
Go
very
Ouija board.
animated.
She's very good at a Ouija boarding, but
Mhm.
but I think she kind of leans in much closer, and I think when she points, she like touches the watch as she's pointing. So Handy has a chance to like remark about that or something.
Yeah, it's going to go, hey, keep your hands to yourself, kid.
She kind of pulls back, surprised. Yeah, fair point. And she kind of tucks both of her hands into her pockets.
Most normal reaction to Handy ever.
Yep, this I guess I guess we making talking Raz watches now.
Yeah, I think actually, as she looks down at the Raz watch, just kind of calling her off, she looks at her Jackie watch and kind of gives it a little poke. It doesn't react. Tucks it back into her her pockets.
And I feel like
And
it's
you know
just
what?
like anyway, none of them are winning. That's a Ouija board. It's supposed to be for like talking to ghosts.
And I think to hearing the fact that it's talking to ghosts, she kind of perks up. She's not particularly happy with that.
But paying more attention.
She's definitely paying more attention as she kind of looks and oh, now it clicks to her how this thing works. They're asking questions to the ghost and that little thing's moving to spell out the answer. Oh, okay.
Just
She can't
immensely.
really
Why was it answering strawberry?
it doesn't really matter to her. I don't think it's a good enough maybe it's a good enough angle to see the letters, otherwise it's too bad of quality. She doesn't care. But she kind of looks at that. She doesn't look particularly happy with this little activity, and so she's going to stop watching and she's going to try and see if she can think up of another way to get into the daycare discreetly.
I think down with the clowns at this point, Jackie is like, okay, we should probably go to something else. This is just sad.
The Harlequinette is almost like maybe we can revisit at a later date. Cause missing child ghost maybe? Question. In a way they don't want to know if this is for real or not.
She's like, that can wait till it's just like later time. Cece's here. We're having sleepover. Not a good place for ghosts.
Right. So yeah, they pick up the Ouija board and pack it back up. Does anyone want to like roll perception?
Sure.
Sure.
Clowns
Sure.
only or balcony viewers
I
as
think
well?
everyone who can watch could do it.
Frankie's started to back away and she kind of stopped watching, so I don't think she's paying much attention.
Yeah. 16, 30, 20, and 12.
Distance is not on X's side.
So with the 20 and the 16, I see, yeah, you noticed the little yellow rabbit plushie that Harlequinette had brought in has maybe moved a little bit. from how it was posed before. Like its head was slumped down first, but now its head is kind of more up and like it was looking at y'all while you were at the Ouija board. Well, the 12, I think I'll just say that Eggs notices the plushie exists.
Yeah, that seems fair. Um. mhm. Honestly, I feel like Cici, because she already saw the yellow bear in Harlequinette's room, just figures this is a similar thing and isn't going to mention it. Uh, also, do you properly end the Ouija board call, or do you just pack it away in the middle of, like, just swoop it up and put it away?
I feel like Harlequinette very quickly like slides it to goodbye and then just like slaps it shut.
Mhm.
Can't leave Amelia stuck in the call.
Yeah.
Like Amelia would just have like a dial tone.
Amelia, just when no more questions come in, just amusing herself pushing the letter buttons to spell out, like, she's 12, so probably the word fart or something.
It's like the last message part. Goodbye.
I think Jackie is going to like pointedly ignore the plushie because they're already dealing with ghosts. She needs to get the mood back up. This is a clown sleepover. And she's gonna like think to herself, what can she do? She like looks over at the snacks and is like, you guys hungry?
Yeah, sure. Snacks would be good.
Yeah. I imagine animatronics can't get hungry, so they've all just started using it for do you want food instead of are you actually hungry?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Uh.
Yeah, she'll start passing out the snacks.
Yeah. I feel like Cici doesn't really like eating food, but she will like sit there with the others and like pass bowls and stuff.
And Jackie's just like, as they're getting their snacks, is like, okay, so one thing I've learned about human sleepovers is that they like to gossip during it. What weird or funny stuff have you seen like recently?
Cici having a flashback to the funhouse. You guys can roll insight.
19.
12. Yeah, with a 12, Cici pauses and seems to be thinking of something. With a 19 Harlequinette, you can tell she is like having a flashback almost. Like she is reliving in some depth something that happened recently. Uh, and then says nothing.
Harlequinette, who remembers being approached by Kestrel about Cici for vague, unexplained reasons. Wondering if maybe this is related to the vague, unexplained reasons.
Mhm. It is, but you have no way of knowing that.
Yep. You just kind of have to raise an eyebrow at that and then move on.
Jackie's looking at you both expectantly.
Yeah, I think Harlequinette goes, well, I saw one of the security guards standing behind a potted plant outside the daycare. I
Which
can't tell
one?
if he thought he was hiding or the eggs.
The eggs.
Eggs, when he hears Harlequinette is gossiping about him again, is going to be so pissed.
Something
He's
so
like,
gossipable about.
yeah. When Quinn like is mentions it's eggs, she's like, oh yeah, I've heard of him.
which one is that?
The one with the fox mask, not the other mask one. He's got like a desaturated fox mask.
He's
Oh.
kind of skinny. Bandages, I think.
Oh, gross.
He was the one we saw outside, literally right before we came in. That's eggs.
I thought that was like an old leftover Halloween decoration.
Eggs is getting
He
dead.
uses that. Really just bend over and leaves.
Yeah, Jackie starts giggling. It's like, Eggs Florentine is kind of a weird name for a real kind, but I'm not in any place to judge.
Oh my god, that's your name?
I don't think that can they hear what's going on
Well,
in the
if
camera?
Angst heard that Harlequinette was gossiping, then everything
Yeah,
was
you're
like
the one who said he heard it. So I'm
No,
gonna
when
say
he
they have
hears
audio.
it, he's going to be. I was assuming the cameras don't have sound.
For the funniness of Eggs hearing himself getting dissed by clowns, I'm going to say that Handy managed to turn on the audio right when they were starting to talk about eggs.
All right then. Eggs is standing there fuming, and when Frankie asks that, he's like, "Yeah, sure. That's my name, I guess."
Does Franky have anything to say to that?
She doesn't really. I think the name's Eggs Florentine already is already. How does she rub salt into the wound of a man named Eggs Florentine?
You could make a joke about Eggs Benedict.
Oh my god. What? You got a cousin named Eggs Benedict?
Just deadpan staring at you like, "Oh, come on. This is Inkwell. That can't be the weirdest name you've ever heard."
They're real kind.
She is a real
They're-
kind.
They're still in
Yeah,
Inkwell.
They're still in
I think that with the clowns, like Harlequinette's like, I kind of assume maybe he has some Toon family or something.
I think that he was trans and he chose that name.
Good for him. Good for him.
He did choose Eggs Florentine, but like,
Even
not as an
okay, but if
actual
you-
name.
But I mean, I think still it's really funny with the idea of the fact that like if he was trans and still chose eggs, like you have all these cool names and you chose eggs Florentine. But no, Frankie is still just laughing at the fact that oh my god, this man named Eggs Florentine.
Where's I gotta link the Reddit post. My friend transitioned, but I found out she's naming herself Mildred. I want to be supportive, but fucking Mildred? Mm,
I don't think Frankie is caught Kestrel's name, so I think this is the first time she's catching somebody with a really weird name.
mm.
So but yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll insight if you want to, Frankie.
She will. She will.
Just everyone point and laugh.
What is your insight? Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah, he's not really upset by the teasing. He just looks a little bit tired and regretful. Like, he did not put any thought into picking this name, and it is coming back to bite him. But like, he doesn't take it personally because it's like not a name that means a lot to him. He just picked it at random.
So,
I can't believe
for
it.
the camera, you can hear Jackie going, I can't tell if that's better or worse than my full name.
Oh, oh.
Cici like, oh, definitely worse.
Worst by far. Harlequinette is nudging sagely.
Yeah. They're just not gonna elaborate on Jackie's full name.
They know the
Like
name.
on posters and things, like Jekyll and Hyde.
I mean, the posters probably also do Jackie, because, like, that's a long name. But, like, on the official website and stuff, it calls her Jekyll and Hyde.
It's like how Archie's
Yeah.
legal name is Archibald Alligator, but he's just
Yeah.
Archie Gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cici's like, at least the theme for your name isn't so stupid.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a breakfast food.
So you got that going for you. It's not any kind of food at all.
Yeah, if someone tried to eat what my name was based off of, I think that'd be a horrible idea.
I think that would be cannibalism.
Yeah, probably. Depending on who is the one trying to do it.
Probably some jail time either way.
Yeah. You two just hearing all this, like, what is her full name?
Well, I think Harlequinette said it.
No?
No, they did not. That was me saying what
Okay.
might be on posters, but it has not been said out loud.
Franky doesn't really know and doesn't fully care. They said it. Any full name is better than
Florentine.
Florentine.
Like literally any name.
Well, I look at you, MJ, knowing about Harlequinette's old name. Maybe not any name. There's
mean,
room to fall.
I mean, I'll also drop this. Franky also feels better about her full name, so.
What's your full name? So, forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, forbidden knowledge. You'll find out later what her full name is. But she feels better about it. And she's laughing at Eggs Florentine.
Eggs is just here to make everyone else feel better about their own names because of how shitty his name is.
Yeah, Jackie's just munching on some food and is like, I mean, at the very least, it's an interesting name.
It is, and that's certainly a kind way of looking at it.
Okay, back to, like, the gossip. Less bullying a random guy about his name. What weird stuff did you see recently?
Wait, repeat that though.
What weird stuff did you see recently?
Well, I feel like I didn't stress enough that he was hiding behind a potted plant. Perhaps it's wrong to mock him for his name, but he was just standing there behind a potted plant. I can't tell if he was hiding or trying to just. That's just, where he spends his time now. It's like they're also thinking about how they saw Franky, so they know it had to be related to that, but they think it's funnier to just present it as they only saw eggs.
Eggs is fuming.
Dedicate the night guard to try and hide from you. You are very intimidating to most night guards.
They sit up a little straighter at that and pretend to beam proudly, like. I just make sure they stay in line. Want to keep them
Yay.
shut?
Gotta keep them in their lane.
Cici is snickering.
I did hear, you probably already know about this, Jackie, if you read the incident report, but we did have a break-in of ghost hunters.
Ooh. And she like does the little hand thing most people do when they're making ghost noises.
Actually, the Ouija board they used was something the ghost hunters had left behind.
Yeah.
You stole from
Or maybe they just left it on a floor somewhere and Harlequinette picked it up later.
They did pull one out in Ryland's room and leave it there. And then I think Eggs pulled it out of the room.
them.
Somewhere between then and now, Harlequinette got their hands on it.
Polka snapped it somehow miraculously is perfectly intact.
It's one of those tune Ouija boards, so it can be snapped for dramatic effect and then be fine again next time as long as you have continuity errors in the location, which I mean, Security Breach is kind of known for resetting one-use items.
Yeah, honestly.
Yep.
You can clip through the floor here. I'm sure it's time that the
Mhm.
one board just reset.
Mhm. Uh, maybe while Doll's on a break going back to the balcony.
Mhm.
The peanut gallery up there.
Mhm.
Your gallery of
How's
2.
how's Franky responding to hearing all of this PartyPlex gossip?
Very well. Her snickering at Eggs's name has died down, and she's she doesn't really she's kind of tuned out after the name part. Didn't catch the rest of the gossiping. But yeah, no, whatever respect she had for Eggs has dropped even lower, and she's going to continue just walking away from him.
Man, he really is a pathetic sopping wet cat, huh?
It's okay, Eggs.
I mean, if Franky is trying to walk away, X is going to like pull himself away from listening into the camera feed and try to like, hey, I can't just let you go walking around the partyplex on your own.
You can come join me, then I won't be alone.
That And Andy's like, kid has a point there.
Yeah.
X sort of like looks back at the window overseeing the sleepover because like now he's curious. Uh, but it's like, where are you trying to go anyway? You're still intent on getting into the daycare?
Yeah. I'm still trying to get in there. I still haven't.
Well,
I'm
the
still allowed in
clouds.
there by the lady herself.
And you wanna go join the sleepover or?
No. I don't want to be caught up in whatever they're doing.
Then why do you want to go in there?
Wouldn't you
And,
like to know, Weather Boy?
yeah. I don't think she knows what Vine is, so sadly she can't remark back with that,
Oh
but.
no. Wouldn't you like to know, Egg Boy?
Perfect. And actually, you can insight her just before she snaps.
Sure. Eight. Uh.
8. You don't really catch anything as she snaps back at Eggs and goes, "Wouldn't you like to know, Egg Boy?"
I mean, it's kind of my job to know where you are. It's kind of my job. to know what you're up to if you're here after hours.
I'm headed towards the daycare. I think Jackie can deal all with what happens to me afterwards herself. Are you, are you gonna let a child win this argument?
I
You
feel
have
like
pathetic eggs.
Agus is just like, do I really care that much to keep fighting with a child? Or should I just let her? Like, it's not like she's running around trying to steal stuff. She's running towards the security clowns who are technically his bosses and technically, sure, could, you know, do something about her.
Yeah, but like, imagine the fact that Harlequinette has spotted you, and
Yeah,
imagine how awkward and embarrassing it is to explain the fact that you just let a child go into the daycare.
he's gonna look even more pathetic if he lets Franky get away.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Are they actually gonna end up going into Jackie's room?
Yeah, and then they could watch from the balcony in there.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's normal.
look,
Everything happening here is so normal.
it's just like,
Of course.
look, Jackie's really busy. You probably shouldn't be bothering her.
I won't be bothering her.
I just feel like on the really busy. It's like we could just cut back to the clowns momentarily now, doing something just completely inane.
I'm picturing like Harlequinette trying to throw popcorn into Jackie's mouth.
I'm sorry, the way I've been seeing Jackie, I don't even think she has a proper mouth. I think it's just cartoonishly drawn onto a flat surface, and so I can imagine, like, as soon as it hits her mouth, it just bounces off.
That's funny, but she does have a mouth.
She does, but I don't believe that to Udi mouth to have any depth to it.
Well, there's also her face splitting open down the middle, and
Yeah,
that
that's
mouth.
true.
Yeah,
Even like we
she
could say the
has a real
popcorn
mouth.
misses her mouth and just like bounces off her face.
It's like a big funnel.
It's like Cici has a clipboard keeping score.
Oh, amazing. But yeah, the clowns are super busy, and Frankie doesn't care. She's not going to be bothering the clowns. She's going to sneak in quietly, get into the little pillow thing or wherever naps are taken, and just sleep the night there.
Which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure there are pillow nests everywhere at this point.
Yeah, there's also a giant pillow nest in Jackie's room, probably, for where she sleeps. Girly likes making big nests with soft, comfy things and then just curling up in them.
Aw,
Aww.
I love that for her. Yeah, Frankie will appreciate the soft nests, especially with the fact that she could just bury herself underneath all the pillows and never be spotted.
Mm-hmm.
Up until Jackie tries to lay down in one of the nests and just hears, "Hey, watch
Crunch.
it!"
I
Yeah.
mean, presumably she's going to be sleeping down in the bottom with the other clowns, so you've got a safe bet on her room nest.
Yeah. So I think Frankie's going to set her course towards the bedroom and is going to try and figure out a potential way in there. I think she's looking down at her Raz watch, trying to decipher the map on if there's any way written on there on how to reach the Jackie's room.
Egg's still the only one in this place with a functional map.
Yeah,
Oh,
Egg's
so-
like looking over Frankie's shoulder, like, oh, good luck trying to find anything with that map.
I'm gonna roll something for her. I feel like I have to see how well she can decipher the map.
Intelligence, maybe, or survival?
I'm gonna make a survival check for her. Actually, what's well, it doesn't really matter. It's the same modifier for her, so
Oh my
22.
god,
22.
22.
I mean, when you're a
She's
kid,
used to this style of map.
yeah, she's made some sense of it,
She's
and I think
she's been
I
in the
mean with
Partyplex often enough to know, to remember what places look like in person and then line that up with the map.
mhm. But yeah, kind of looks around the map and finds an entrance that leads up to Jackie's room.
In the
She knocks
theater.
within the theater, which she thinks is a little bit odd, but you know what? If it's there, it's there. And she's making her way towards the theater.
Eggs is gonna try and grab her again.
Thanks, just accept your fate and follow the child.
If you're going to grab her, she's not gonna shock and grasp him again, but she will like raise a hand to slap him.
He looks unimpressed. Like, come on, this is my job. I have to at least try to stop you.
Fine, you can try. And she's going to treat this like a game of tag or something that she's not very interested in.
I mean, Eggs is also not terribly interested in it.
The
So
most
I feel like.
well-rounded game of tag you've ever seen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're both just walking.
They're both walking,
Occasionally
and
tries
Eggs
to
is
stop
going,
her.
stop. Stop. Please stop. Or something like that.
Mhm. Like, come on, kid. Can't you just wait until morning to go to the daycare once we're open again? Although I guess you're kind of a little old for it, aren't you?
No,
No.
not by Jackie standards.
I'm not even 100% sure on how old Frankie is.
I figured like somewhere in the like 10 to 12 age range, like,
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
which is
I,
I get the feeling the
That
daycare is
feels right.
intended for younger kids. Like, that might
I
not be
mean,
how Jackie runs it, but like in the official rules, it's probably for like 6 and under or something.
yeah.
And like,
I'm I'm
Eggs hasn't
I'm
met
pretty
Jackie.
sure Jackie has like seen the rules, scribbled them out, and rewrote that like anyone who counts as a child is welcome. Because like some parents do need to drop off their older kids at the daycare, like if they're working there and they have kids. She's not gonna turn them away.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
fair.
As long as you are under 18, you count as a child.
What about age? She's technically 19, I think.
She does not know that.
We don't know age.
Mhm. She would let H in, I bet.
Yeah.
Who cares about years? Anyway, but yeah,
Oh my god.
X would still say Frankie's probably a little old for the daycare.
Yeah. She also has a slightly faster pace of walking than Eggs. So while she's just walking normally, I imagine Eggs has to pick up his speed to keep up with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, just uninterestingly going towards the theater, and she's gonna enter. She's gonna check the Raz watch one more time, and she's going to try and find the entrance. Is it like hidden or anything?
It's like behind a
Uh,
poster, right?
yeah, it's behind a poster.
Okay, so it is hidden. So she's gonna look back down at the Raz watch, which I think, unfortunately, is crappy enough not to tell her where exactly it is. She just knows it's somewhere here, and she's going to kind of start searching. I'm going to do an investigation check. This is your investigation, right, girl? Yeah. 24.
Whoa.
I think you
Insane.
spot like one of the posters is specifically Jackie themed and just Jackie themed, and you're like, that one. Secret door. That one.
I think she tears like one poster down. I think, like, no, not back here. Sees the Jackie one. Is like, I wonder where her room is. Tears it down.
I just
No,
Definitely
imagining
gonna
when
be this way, and then just
Yeah.
goes through the entrance.
You don't tear it down. Like you go
Well-
to tear it down, and then you like your hands like catches on a really hidden handle, and you're like, oh, the poster is the door.
Ah.
I'm imagining for the other poster you tore down though that Angst just gave like a half-hearted no, stop.
Come on, kid. You can't be wrecking stuff.
She rolls her eyes, goes back to the poster that she did tear down, kind of slaps it back up, and then goes back to the poster door.
What are you doing, kid?
I told you, I'm getting into the daycare.
That's a poster. How's that going to get you into the daycare?
Just open it.
Quite elementary. And she opens the poster door.
What the
Come on.
fuck?
The kid is more adept at traversing the PartyPlex.
I mean, not many people know about the door entrance.
Mm-hmm.
She made a very smart deduction, which is to say she completely guessed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Eggs follows behind Franky like, I'm pretty sure this is trespassing worse than before. Like, you weren't allowed in the rest of the PartyPlex either, but, like, this feels more serious.
I'm not gonna stay in her room for long. Just gonna get in there, find a way to down to the daycare, and then just stay there. I don't actually
mean,
wanna be in her room.
technically, Jackie's room is part of the daycare, so by getting in there, you're in Jackie's jurisdiction.
Well, yeah, true, but Frankie knows the fact that it's high up, so, and she doesn't want to stay in her room. She wants to get down into the daycare, like the bottom part of the daycare. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Eggs, who doesn't really know where exactly Jackie's room is.
Yeah, he's like, her room? Are you breaking into Jackie's room right now? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I didn't break anything,
You
so it's not
tore,
really breaking in.
You tore the poster off the wall. I think that counts.
You can just close it back. It's like a door.
No,
It
the
looks
other
like a door.
no, the other poster that Frankie
Oh.
tore off the wall.
No, I said that Frankie went back, slapped it back up onto the wall, and then went back to the poster door.
It's like all sad and crumpled on the wall now.
It is.
Totally not broken.
Well, you can replace that poster. It's not like, I don't know. I think it's just like cheap.
Honestly, that's probably like a fraction of the like costs that of what Archie breaks in a day.
Yeah.
But Archie's a stage attraction and Frankie is an intruder.
Archie pays for his
no!
own.
Oh no, I tore a poster. Oh, I'm such a wanted criminal now. You're gonna, I don't know, put handcuffs on me and send me to jail, all because I tore one little poster in your theater. Yeah, sure.
Could we say as like they're entering Jackie's room and getting close to like the balcony area that they just start like hearing trombones from downstairs? Like we cut to the clowns and they're like having like a little marching band session.
But also, I feel like when Frankie brings that up, like, because she does have a wanted poster at the Partyplex.
Yeah, she does.
Handy's gonna be like, wait, you do have a wanted poster here. Oh my god, are you the shocking grasp kid?
She turns around and I think uh as you say that, yeah, she does look like the shocking grasp kid.
I mean, and she also did try to shock and grasp you. That very much did happen.
Mm-hmm.
She successfully shocking grasp you.
Yeah.
She did shock and grasp you.
Egg's internally like, well, shit. It says please report to security, but I'm security, so I'm probably supposed to do something about this. And now we can cut back to the clownings.
Just Quinn and Jackie are like playing trumpets and Cece's just clapping.
Or actually, I'm now picturing, the meme, like the girl covering her ears while some boy harasses her with a trombone. Except that they're just following Cici around.
Cece can't really go anywhere. She's just sitting there, trying to not look. Sitting there in between the two playing their instruments with her hands over her ears, trying her best not to look miserable.
Like, I want you to imagine Harlequinette. They have like the trombone to their face, and like they're crouched like crab walk style, and they're just like bringing the trombone in and out right by. Like, womp 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 womp.
Cici got a 21 on deception, so she is just sitting there with like a neutral expression as the other clowns do this nonsense.
It's clownish looking, but the least clownish in behavior.
So she almost looks serene.
Mm-hmm. What's the like jazz for your soul meme?
God. Oh my god. Jazz for the soul.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Quinn has a trombone, Jackie is doing that with like a fire hydrant.
Somehow it's actually playing jazz music though.
Yeah.
In logic, it's fine.
Too logic.
Besides, aren't they like robots? They can play whatever they want through their voice speakers.
This is
Yeah.
true. But she is doing a very good job keeping a brave face and not letting on how much she dislikes this.
Couldn't have anyone roll for it, but I do want to inform you that the plushie in the corner has covered her ears.
Of course, she got them big rabbit ears. This is probably even worse for her. I think it would be so funny if Trick fled the sleepover and somehow wound up hiding out with Eggs and Franky. Like, I know that shouldn't happen, but like.
We can dream.
We can dream. I don't know how it would happen since Trick is so like she could maybe use her like oversized needles to like climb up the wall. Get
They
out of here!
probably stop playing the jazz music before Trick tries to flee.
Yeah, I just getting back to the other two up top. I just hear jazz and trombone muffled in the distance.
I can't believe it.
It's just like, what? When and how did they learn to play trombone?
I mean, I wouldn't say they were playing it well, but they are playing it.
Franky shrugs. She doesn't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Hey, I imagine you guys finally get up into Jackie's room. You have to open another door, and then you're just in Jackie's room.
Yay! She
Frankie
made it.
already is used to this. Frankie knows what this room looks like.
Yeah. It looks a lot better than she was in when she was in here last time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
meanwhile,
know, making a makeshift bomb. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Meanwhile, Eggs is so nervous. He's like, I really don't think we should be in here.
It's fine. I'm not gonna stay here for long.
I mean, it's still. It feels
Can
like
we
an
just add
intrusion.
roll a perception to see if he notices that this is the balcony?
Eggs perception?
Yeah.
Alright.
So then you might want to try speaking up a little as
Oh, am
Egg,
I?
since you're getting like quieter and quieter as he's like
God damn,
slowly
this
petering
always
off.
happens. I'm always like, this game I started out like, I'm gonna be normal volume as Eggs, and I'm getting quieter apparently.
Honestly, it
22!
feels like in character almost like as he's slowly sneaking into places he doesn't want to be. It's like he's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Just imagine like he's hunching in further on his
Probably.
shoulders up to his ears.
22.
Yep, this sure is the balcony, and you're high
Yeah,
up.
like you see a staircase up to a little spot. If you like go up and look at it, you notice where exactly you are.
Oh, great. Don't jump off the balcony, kid.
With them down there? Nuh-uh. Fat chance.
Okay, good. You're making one sensible decision tonight, at least.
What other nonsensical decisions have I made?
Uh, being an intruder to the PartyPlex, trying to get into the daycare while the security clowns are in there, shocking grasping a security guard.
Okay, but you did touch me without my consent.
I'm a security guard and you're an intruder. You kind of, like, it's
And then you
kind of
shocked
my
me
job.
back.
You shocked me first,
Oh, what?
so
So that lets you shock a child all of a sudden?
it's perfectly warranted escalation of force, okay?
No, I wasn't.
I
Don't lie to yourself.
didn't start off shocking you. This could have all just been like I could have just let you out of the building and that would have been the end of it. Okay?
Right, and then where would I go?
Presumably home.
Well, if I did have a home, I wouldn't be here to begin with. Would I?
How many orphans
Lord
break
Rock.
into this place overnight?
It's like a beacon for orphan children.
To be fair, it absolutely is. I don't see what child wouldn't see the PartyPlex as a beacon. But like
He's very much confused by that. Like, how many orphan children do break into this place?
I mean,
She only knows herself.
at least 2. There might be more now that I think about it.
Somehow my mind goes to Trick, just like down at the
Oh my gosh, the Partyplex is so full of orphan children. But Frankie is a little baffled by this, and she's just. Well, it doesn't matter.
Uh.
Whatever.
Why does it not matter? Like, that seems like a more important issue to work on than getting into the daycare.
Oh, what? You gonna find me some parents?
I mean, there's, like, social services, aren't there? Oh my god, they actually suck here, don't they? Oh. Like, theoretically, yes, we could find you a foster family or something.
You can do that for me tomorrow. And she just kind of rolls her eyes and she's going to start searching for a much safer way down from the balcony. Or at least a way that's not going to be visible by the clowns. Is the
There isn't,
entrance
but
in the theater the only way to enter, or?
yeah, there's no other way down into the daycare from this room, but since Eggs has not seen this room, and you got such a good roll, like the main part of the room is used as storage and also a place to put up drawings. There's 2 tubes on each side of the room that go to different areas. If you peek in one, it looks like Jackie's personal sleeping space with like very cozy, lots of fairy lights and big nest. Like almost the entire room is a nest in there. And it's full of plushies and stuff. And in the other room there's like toys and games and the more personal and or fun stuff. There's an arcade cabinet in there. No clue how she got it in there since it's a tube to get in there, but there's an arcade cabinet in there.
Yep. That's fine. Hmm. Frankie isn't 100% sure on how to get down from where she is right now, but
I mean,
I
if
mean, you are a sleepy child, and there's a giant pillow nest in that one
that
tube
is
room.
true. But she doesn't like the idea of just finding a place to fall asleep within Jackie's room when she told Eggs that she wasn't gonna do that. And she doesn't want to give Eggs another thing to, like, a actually good reason on why to kick her out.
I guess you can go out onto the balcony and try and roll perception for a solution. Like,
Uh,
I don't know if there
Maybe.
would be one, but
Maybe. She does probably go up to the balcony to try and think of a solution. Or anything that wouldn't, like, grab the clowns' attention. Actually, what are the clowns doing now? Maybe they might be distracted enough that she could just slide down.
I
I
want to
had
say
an
like,
idea. I
I-
have an idea of what they're doing.
oh,
mm?
I just imagine like you two look down off the balcony and just clown cuddle pile.
Aw.
aw. I
Jackie
was
has
gonna
gotten
suggest
them
that
all
they start a
cozy and
campfire indoors when things have gone wrong.
no, I I imagine Jackie like has gotten the others all cuddled up in a blanket with her, and she's like somehow making cat purring noises. Clown cuddle
Aw.
pile.
Aw.
Cuddle pile. Beloved.
There's
That's
little
adorable.
flowers and hearts floating off of her, like too and stuff.
Aw.
Aw,
Aw.
beloved.
Can I roll perception though to see if Harlequinette notices the two on the balcony?
Go ahead.
I mean, who said Eggs is on the balcony? Can
You're fine.
we roll stealth?
I'm rolling stealth.
Stealth versus perception, you two. Let's do it.
Oh boy. Oh no.
6!
Oh no.
You're just the man standing
Oh
emoji up there.
no.
You're both the man standing emoji up there.
It's like you assume you're too high
Oh.
to be seen, but Harlequinette had their head angled in such a way. You know, it's like their eyes are kind of open always at all times, even when they're closed. They're still like thin open slits that just look like downturned crescents. So, yeah, their head is angled just right that they can see you two walk onto the balcony and just stare down. And they're just staring back at you, and then they just slowly raise a hand and wave.
Eggs immediately ducking back into the room to not be seen, even though he was already seen.
Too late. It's too late for
Uh,
you.
I think Yeah, I think technically Frankie would also duck back. Like, oh, been spotted. Oh boy,
Spotted by clown.
spotted by
The, the
clowns.
alpha the alpha
actually-
Pokemon from Legends Arceus thing shows up.
Actually, you know what? She does have a good relationship with Harlequinette, and I don't know if Harlequinette would really kick her out.
Honestly,
Um,
Harlequinette is maybe overly okay with children running rampant in the PartyPlex, so long as the kidnapper isn't around.
I think she, with Frankie like waving back to her, she kind of puts like a finger up to her mouth, like shh, don't
Yeah,
say
it's like
anything.
Harlequinette like copies it like by like zipping their mouth.
Frankie gives her a
But-
thumbs up. Gives
Them.
gives her like them.
Harlequinette uses any pronouns really, it
That
does
is
not.
true.
Yeah.
Okay,
is
anyway,
true.
regardless,
Oh.
Harlequinette, any pronouns, receives a thumbs up from Frankie.
I imagined when they got spotted, the like alpha Pokemon from Legends Arceus thing showed up. Spotted.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm done giggling. So, I think with that, is there she still has rope. Is
Yeah.
there like any good place where she could like attach the rope to try and climb down discreetly?
Isn't
I
her
mean,
rope like
there's a little
magic?
staircase. There,
Hmm?
there's a little staircase that you have to walk up to get onto the balcony part specific, and there's railing around the staircase. So yeah, you could just attach it to the railing.
Okay. She's going to kind of take her jacket off, and Eggs can see that she's got rope kind of wrapped around her, around her, both of her shoulders, like almost like a backpack.
Oh,
She take
kid,
what?
please tell me you're not going to do what I think you're going to do.
You're giving eggs even more gray hairs.
But she's like, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. And
If you have
she's
permission
going to.
be here, why are you sneaking in?
Cause they're busy.
I don't want to be cut up in whatever they're doing. Whatever. And she's going to go towards the railings, and she's going to start tying the rope to it.
Hey, you know what we roll for knots? Survival.
I sure will roll survival for this. Let's see, Frankie. Dirty 20.
Oh, not bad.
She can tie her knots.
Good for her. I feel like Eggs is like watching and is like, he doesn't know what to do here. He doesn't want to tackle a child. Or like cast more spells at the child. Like, come on, kid. Please stop.
She's ignoring the police stops and just shakes her head. I'm going into the daycare. And she kind of yawns. I'm going into the daycare. You can't stop me.
I mean, I could if I wanted to. But, like, also you can stop and then I won't need to. Like, oh god.
Eggs is a minimal effort king.
I mean, I love the fact that within like oh shit, what was the previous FPS he was in called again? Paranormal Security, there we go. Like, yeah, he would have he's scared. He did his security job very well with getting rid of like ghost hunters. Okay, pretty well.
I
He
mean, he
got the job
wasn't
done.
like the MVP. I don't think.
And now that
The
there's a
MVP
child
in that
breaking in,
game was
he's like,
Nova.
what do I do?
It's a kid.
It's
Is
a
he
kid.
supposed to shocking grasp and tackle them? He doesn't think so.
You already shocking grasped her once.
But doing it twice would just be wrong.
I mean, he doesn't want to seriously hurt her.
Go on, Eggs. Go on. Taser the child.
Like, I'm imagining
Meanwhile-
Franky's already like posed with like the rope has been tied, and now she's like right on the edge of the balcony holding the rope.
I mean,
She's
do
like,
you want to do a grapple check?
that's up to you. Do you want to do a grapple check? Because if Eggs doesn't do anything, she is going to start descending.
Yeah, he feels like he's got to do something, so he's gonna try and grab her before she starts descending into the daycare.
Okay, make a grapple check. I feel like this can go horribly wrong. I'm gonna do probably an acrobatics check for her. 18.
Oh, 18.
You
Yeah.
tried to grapple her, but she's just a little too quick and slippery, unfortunately. And she's just kind of like, I imagine that she like pulls back and kind of tries to throw her shoulder back to get his hands off her, like, get your hands off me, get away. And you know what? Just for the sake of drama, she's going to take a very unfortunate step back and away from Eggs, and her foot slips.
No.
You know, for funsies.
Ah.
Oh. Hang-
Ooh. The worst fucking timing for BB to have to a literal cliffhanger.
Okay, I'm back.
So I should remind y'all that Harlequinette is witnessing this.
I mean, she has a rope.
This.
She's
She
holding
has
onto
no
a rope.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
make a
just
deck
talking about
for her in this
Harlequinette is just
situation.
watching the slap fight.
Me looking
Meanwhile,
at spellless.
Cici and Jackie are distracted with the snuggles.
15. I imagine she falls backwards and slips off the balcony. And so, Eggs, you kind of watch Franky fall, but Franky continues to grip the rope with all of her strength as she slowly skids to a stop with a quiet ow, 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 ow.
Oh god. X is like watching horrified from the edge of the balcony, like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Franky
Really?
stopped. Okay.
I was about to say, quickly handy, rub salt on the wound.
Quick. Say something sassy, hand.
Well, that went well.
Yay!
Woo!
Okay, but Franky kind of stops and she feels her hands burning from how much she had to grip the rope to stop herself just before she hit the ball pit. She looks out and I imagine she stopped like a few. Yeah, exactly. I was imagining that scene. But but she stops a few feet just above the ball pit and feeling the burning in her hands, she kind of takes a deep breath in and plops herself into the ball pit. She does not want to be holding the rope any longer. And so you hear, so I imagine the clowns hear a little quiet or whatever sound the balls make when something is jumped into them.
Like, I can
Blunk,
picture the
blunk,
sound,
blunk,
but I
blunk,
don't
blunk.
know if I can make it with my mouth. The, like...
I'm trying.
Oh, what it
The
sounds like!
soft
I
sound of
cannot make
multiple
that noise
balls
with
being
my-
displaced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's like
Jackie
pluck, pluck, pluck.
snaps up. Yeah, Jackie snaps up like uh an animal being alerted and just zeroes in on the ball pit.
I think
Oh.
Harlequinette like puts her face on. I mean, puts their hand on Jackie's face and just like pushes her back down. And says, "Don't worry, I didn't. There was nothing."
I heard a sound.
It didn't.
Yes, and I saw the source, and it's nothing to worry about.
Cici, like, that didn't
Quinn!
sound like nothing.
It's nothing to worry about. Trust me.
Quinn, you're
Well,
going
what
to have
was
to
it
grapple her
then?
because she is fighting your grasp to try and get up and check out the ball pit.
Harlequinette is going to use maybe you know what they
Like,
have.
use a friendship technique, distract.
They're a rubber hose too, and they can do a silent image. It's
That's
like
fair. That's fair.
so they just like
All it
kind of like stand up and lead the others over to the ball pit. Then they're just gonna like silence image it to like it look like it's like just totally normal, so normal.
Yeah.
Not like silent image something that might have caused the noise, but just nothing.
I mean, there's also the rope that's hanging down into the ball pit, so I don't know how
That's
you
a good
explain that.
point.
You know what? You were
Silent
pointing
image
out
is
that the
one.
best strategy might be to silent image the rope.
Yeah, hide the rope.
It's like they hide the rope and maybe like they, I don't know, maybe I don't really know what would realistically fall into the ball pit.
I don't
A rat? I don't know.
no, man.
Yeah, you
Jackie
know
was
what? They
quick
just
at it
they
figuring it out.
silent image a little like rat.
Mhm.
You see Jackie go into like a weird stance, and you're like, oh no, because she's got like the little, her face is turned security mode, and like it's like a cat who's just seen, ooh, moving object.
Ooh, moving object.
Meanwhile, I feel like
Just
Cici is going to kind of shriek and try to climb up onto something.
climb
Oh,
onto
Yeah,
it.
like when it makes the rat like run out of the like scurry out of the ball pit, like under something.
Jackie goes chasing after it on all fours. She just like zoom. She like tries to run after it, slips, and then just goes for all fours.
Like Harlequinette makes sure to make like it go in a direction that would bring the other two clowns' attention like away from the ball pit.
Off towards the climbing structure.
Jackie's hunting that thing.
Cici, like,
She takes pride in her daycare being very clean, so she is very upset that there was a rat in her daycare.
mhm.
And I want to describe it. It was like a very big fat rat.
fat
Even
rat.
more reason for her to go feral about it.
Mhm.
Just an absolute chungus.
How did a rat get in here?
It fell from the balcony. Just-
How did it
I
get
mean,
into Jackie's room?
I mean, we keep getting orphan children in the PartyPlex. I don't think it's that hard for a rat to get in here too.
There are vents in Jackie's room and such, like in most rooms in the Partyplex, so it probably
like,
came in through the vents.
Harlequinette like puts a reassuring hand like around Cece's shoulder. It's just like, oh, it probably just came from the vents.
Oh, gross. We've got rats in the vents now?
At least one. I
Number
don't feel bad at
one!
all. I just imagine, eventually the rat's gonna go out of the range of the spell, but do you think like the daycare is 60 feet? Like,
Daycare big.
Mhm.
yeah, like so since that's the extent of the spell is 60 feet, so if that's the extent of the daycare, then yeah, the rat could just run all around here.
Enrichment.
Enrichment, yeah, it's basically they're just playing like it's a laser pointer now with Jackie.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Since they have
like, yeah, it's like a cat chasing a laser pointer, absolutely.
the Billy Hill like
Yeah.
like runs up slopes and down slopes and like uses some magic to make it teleport slightly so it's even more confusing to track.
Eggs gets to see all this from the balcony.
Eggs is still worried about Franky and kind of not paying attention to the other clowns.
Harlequinette has very intentionally put their arm around Cece's shoulder so that they can make sure that Cici continues to watch the whole rat action so that Franky could have a chance to get out of the pulpit.
She is, and she's as soon as she's done like wafting through the balls with a quiet little plunk 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 as they all hit the ground, um, she's going to scoop them back into the ball pit. She's gonna look up to the rope like, you know what? He's got a Razwatch. She's going to kind of go to her Razwatch, try to find him within the employee section.
Well,
Shoot him a private
now
message.
she knows
She
his name at least, so.
does. So she looks for ex Florentine, shoots him a message, and just says, "While you're up there, could you untie the rope?"
You could just pull it back up.
Getting a message back that's like, "Are you okay?" with like 20 question marks.
She's just like, "Yeah, hands burn."
Oh, and you get back a message that's like, "I'm really sorry, I didn't mean for you to fall."
It's fine. I wasn't really badly hurt. Just untie the rope.
And I think like you see the rope a few moments later falling down.
She's going to catch the rope as it falls, tie it back up, and she's not going to put it back to where Eggs found it. She's just going to kind of wrap it under one arm, put her jacket on top of that, and she's going to look back up to Eggs on the top floor. And I think she's going to give Eggs a wave. And Eggs, you want to roll perception as she waves.
Sure. $15?
Yeah. It was a really nasty burn that she should have gotten when she was with how she was falling down the rope. And expectedly, rope burns should look like red burning on her hands. Instead, it looks as if her skin is kind of okay, not to put this in a super gross way, but it looks like it's peeling off and revealing something that's inhuman underneath. But she waves very briefly and goes over to whatever pillow nest she can
Oh,
before she
fun.
looks
Yeah.
at her hands and
Oh.
realizes, oh shoot, uh, this isn't good, and just pulls the sleeves down to cover her hands as she goes
Yeah.
to find somewhere to hide.
As you're looking
Well,
up
I
at Eggs,
imagine
do you
there's-
want to roll insight on him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Also, one thing about the daycare, I imagine there's like a little tent or room area that's like nap time specific, so you can go in there and just make yourself a bed, get comfy.
Yeah. This is insight 15.
15. I mean, you're at quite a distance, so it's hard to make out specific details. Eggs looks like he's on the verge of crying.
Oh no.
He really didn't mean for you to get hurt, and he feels really bad about it.
Oh no,
He's
poor
more of
Eggs.
sad wet cat.
I want to pet him. I want to pet him and tell him it's okay. It was an accident. But
But, hey, from the balcony vantage point, does Eggs want to roll perception one last time?
Sure.
who's rolling perception one last time?
Eggs.
Eggs.
Since
10.
he's still high enough to see. I'm not sure if I can give it to you. You know what? Just for fun, I will. I just want to say, like, as the illusion rat is scurrying all around, like, it briefly like passes by the little rabbit plushie again, and the rabbit plushie unzips its mouth and tries to lunge and eat the rat, but the rat just phases through it.
Hmm.
The rabbit just stares like in confusion a moment, and then just flops back into a plushie as Jackie comes around the corner.
Hmm. Funky. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll say rating off the 15,
Eventually,
Frankie can
oh,
tell Eggs kinda wants to come down into the daycare also, but is so terrified of accidentally fucking up more with Frankie, he's just leaving.
That's fair. She's gonna go towards the nap time tent, and she's hopefully going to find a discreet little corner to kind of plop down and um kind of not be caught or be bothered much. But as she plops herself down, making her jacket into a pillow, makeshift pillow, and pulling up one of the blankets, she looks at
I
her
mean, there
hand.
are pillows. There
There
are
are pillows.
pillows. You can just get a
Okay, there are
pillow.
pillows. She will get a pillow, and she'll grab a pillow. She'll kind of fluff it up a little bit, make sure it's nice and comfortable. Lay her head on it. She'll take her jacket and put it off beside her. Take the rope off too, and various other knickknacks like her shoes. Cover those with a blanket. Cover herself with a blanket. And just before she dozes off, she looks back at her hands and kind of looks at the prosthetic skin that's become horribly flayed. She's just covers it up, holds it close to her chest, and falls asleep.
Oh.
Mm.
I think eventually the rat situation dies down. Like, I don't know. Quinn lets Jackie act like think it went into one of the vents and left.
Yeah. Honestly, I think he would do that. Just let it go.
Because it's not like
Yeah,
Jackie
like
can
when it gets
catch it.
when it gets into the vents, she's just like, the triplets can deal with it, and goes back to the others for a much needed hug.
They hug, and I
Aww.
guess the clowns resume the cuddle pile.
Mhm.
Jackie probably is like, we should watch a movie or something.
That could be fun. Also, I want to
Uh,
say, on the way back to the cuddle pile, Harlequinette had picked up the plushie to cuddle with as well.
Aww.
Aww.
Aww. So
Yeah, so
everybody's. Oh, go ahead.
I can imagine the scene fading on the clowns cuddled together trying to pick a movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, I think this is a good wrap. I think within the morning, as Frankie wakes up and tries to gather her supplies, she double checks the fact that the clowns are still inactive and asleep before running towards the big gate doors and trying to very, very quietly open them and close them behind her. And then just kind of sigh as she goes to search for some gloves.
Yeah. I just want to say the plushie had watched you go. So
Just
just
before she leaves, she looks at the plush who's looking at her and and she gives a very quiet, "What you looking at?" With those big ol' eyes. And she's going to go towards the plush, knock it down so it's looking towards the floor,
no,
and
no,
then
it's still
leave.
within like Harlequinette's hands. It just like watched
Oh,
you as she
okay.
passed.
Okay, if it's within Harlequinette's hands, then she's not going to approach, and she's just going to kind of stick her tongue out at the plush and leave.
Wonderful.
But delightful. Thank you everybody for listening in to Creepover. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Very cute.
Cute and silly.
And
This
lore?
was
That's a
Lore.
surprise.
And roar.
just a little bit of lore. It's fine.
For
That's
flavor.
a treat.
For
Mhm.
flavor. Lore drop in our cute fluffy FPS. It's more likely than you think.
I mean, it happens in most FPSs, a lore drop does.
Sometimes I feel like our FPSs cover more lore than the main games.
That's just because we have more of them.
Yeah,
True.
though it's funny considering the last main game was the cooking one.
Mhm. Yeah, FPSs like offer single characters more screen time and focus, I think.
Hmm.
But I
Mhm.
mean, our games can have lore too. Tears of a Clown.
Lots of
Mhm.
lore. It's just funny to me that the FPSs can get so lore and heavy.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, this one didn't really get lore heavy. There was just like a little inch
Just a little bit.
inkling
A
of
little
it.
splash of lore.
Mhm.
Yeah, we should hop into Raz Watch
We should
so
stop
the
Yeah,
others
first
can
of
recording
all,
talk.
in a
let's
second.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's finish
I mean,
recording. Let's say our goodbyes, and then.
bye.
Thanks for
Alrighty,
listening.
goodbye.
Bye.